only at the mic.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
The Doctor of Discernment is now online.
You know, much like my show, in that it's a local reaction to things that are happening on a federal level.
Dispensing a daily dose of common sense. No prescription required.
Wow, do I have a boatload of stuff for you, from the crazy to the absurd. Let's start getting into it because, I mean, it is bizarro world out there. And I say, if it's obvious to me, should be obvious to everybody. Oh, wow. Who could have seen this coming?
This is the fourth hour with Greg Belfrage.
Hold on to your butts.
Broadcasting from the basement bunker beneath KELO Radio. Welcome to the fourth hour of the Greg Belfrage Show. Big happenings this morning. The president gathering the first meeting of the Board of Peace. This is their first meeting. It's underway right now. And the president, I think you got more than 24 countries who are part of this initial meeting of the Board of Peace. This is the inaugural meeting, and the president told reporters earlier this week, I think it has a chance to be the most consequential board ever assembled of any kind. So I promise to have more details for you. Again, that meeting is underway right now. So there's really not anything that's out there yet in terms of what's going on. This was initiated as part of the president's 20-point peace plan to end the conflict in Gaza. Still got a number of countries that are not joining the president's Board of Peace, but they are meeting this morning. So we'll see what happens. The president was talking about Gaza. He said earlier this week that he hoped that the board would push the United Nations to get on the ball in regard to this deal in Gaza. The president said the UN has great potential. They haven't lived up to the potential. I think that's one of the things about Trump. He's good at seeing potential. When potential is there, I think he's smart. So anyway, that is underway this morning, and we'll see if any actual events wind up, if, as we say, we'll see if news winds up being committed. Big story this morning is that you have former Prince Andrew, who was arrested. Today's his birthday. Arrested, not only arrested, but arrested on your birthday, man. Oh, so he was arrested this morning, suspicion of misconduct in public office. And former Prince Andrew, excuse me, I'm battling quite a few coughs here this morning. Normally, I have a slight cough that my blood pressure medication causes. This is the real deal. I can tell the difference. These coughs are a little bit, normally it's just a, no, this is a little bit more than that. Anyway, Andrew apparently arrested, suspicion of misconduct while in public office. And there are some photos. New York Post has got some reporting on this. Officers who were seen, with a police-issued laptop arriving around 8 o'clock in cars, in and out, which is the kind of activity you would expect as they are looking into. So Andrew had ties to Jeffrey Epstein. And New York, you may have even seen the photos of Andrew on Epstein Island. This is a big story this morning. So much so that you had King Charles, who reacted to this in a statement earlier today. He said, I've learned with the deepest concern the news about Andrew and suspicion of misconduct in public office. What now follows is the full, fair, and proper process by which this issue is investigated in the appropriate manner and by the appropriate authorities. In this, as I've said before, they have our full and wholehearted support and cooperation. Let me state clearly, the law must take its course. And then he said, as this process continues, it would not be right for me to comment further on this matter. Meanwhile, my family and I will continue in our duty and service to you all. So the king making a statement, but saying, I'm not going to have anything further to say. We're just going to let the law run its course and see what winds up happening. So that was also a big. I just don't get too fired up about news about the Royals and okay, Epstein. I understand what's going on there. There are a number of others who are having to resign their posts and whatnot because of their ties to Jeffrey Epstein. There's just a lot of that. And we'll see where it goes. I'm not saying I'm disinterested. I just don't spend a lot of time on it. So you read that as disinterest if you want. I just don't think it's Epstein is dead. The victims are, names are coming out. We're finding the truth, and I think we're getting there. I know it's not fast enough for some, but we'll see where it goes. So now get a load of this. Let's bring it back to our shores again. So here in this country, Democrat lawmakers, how do they react to the news of Prince Andrew being arrested? Representative Melanie Stansbury of New Mexico said, if a prince can be held accountable, so can a president. Oh, please, you have got to be kidding me. She did not name Trump, but there's only one president in this country the last time I checked. So if a prince can be held accountable, so can the president. These people and their delusions, man, it is just like, wow. And I keep thinking, there's going to be hope for them. No. There is absolutely no hope for this. And what causes it? I think that's what makes me the most curious. So what causes that? I mean, how do you get into that headspace that something like that it makes sense? I mean, are you so desperate to be part of that crowd that, man, you will say anything to be part of that crowd? And I don't know what it is. I have no idea. But I wonder these things because I'm just like, how can so many people just be bat crap crazy, man, on all of this stuff? It just is mind-blowing to me. You watch all of that unfold. There was a piece, I saw this at Breitbart. I want to share this, and I'm going to wrap it up here this morning. This cold has been, I'm feeling better, although it's hitting me more in my voice and a little bit of dizziness. So I had to do some research. What is with this dizziness all of a sudden? I've been taking Zicam, zinc tablets. Too much zinc causes you get all lightheaded, and that's how I am this morning. So if I seem out of it, it's probably because of all the zinc I've taken. So I am no more zinc. I've been taking it for several days. That's it. I'm not going to take any more because, oh man, this dizziness is just kicking my tail here. Okay, let's go over to MS Now, formerly MSNBC. They had a legal commentator, Ty Cobb. Do you know this guy? Ty Cobb? He is formerly, I think, he's got some ties to Trump here. And he's a legal commentator. He was talking about the SAVE Act, which we've spent a lot of time talking about here, the SAVE Act, one that would require proof of citizenship to vote. So he called the SAVE Act another fascist brick in the prison that's being built around us. What? By requiring somebody to show their ID when they go to vote? How is that another fascist brick in the prison that's being built around us? Man, these people are crazy. So he was talking about a California decision by the Supreme Court. And as they're vying, whether, Texas adding seats, California then trying to add seats, who's going to get control of the Supreme Court? That's the conversation that they're having. And so as part of this, then the issue of the SAVE Act comes up. And he says, he said, when you look at Trump's lies about, the perils of mail-in voting, what? Mail-in voting. I made it very, very clear to you when we discuss mail-in voting, we're not talking about those who go to their county registrar, go to the county office and you get a mail-in ballot, or you have it, you're doing it that way and you turn it in yourself at the county level. That is not what we're talking about. It is not what and nobody is talking about that. What we are talking about are companies that go out, print these ballots, mail them to you. I would bet money you have received them, because I know I have received these fake ballots. I toss them in the trash. I mean, I do. I just rip them up and I throw them in the trash. It's just absolute nonsense. So there are things that are going on, but the perils of mail-in voting, I think a lot of us understand this. I think the more that we involve that kind of thing, the mail-in voting, the machines, all of that stuff, you know what it is? It's rife with fraud. At least the opportunity for fraud. I'm not saying every vote cast that way is fraudulent, but I'm saying it certainly offers the opportunity for fraud. Probably on a scale that you and I can't imagine, honestly, because when you look at, without revisiting the whole issue, I certainly understand why President Trump doesn't give up on that issue. Because I think it's an important one, and that's why I think the SAVE Act is so important. And that's why I was encouraging you the other day is, reach out to Senator John Thune especially and let him know you want the SAVE Act. You want the SAVE Act, and you want the filibuster. You want Democrats to have to get up there and talk, not just, we can't meet the 60 vote threshold as filibuster. And, but nobody, it's a filibuster where nobody speaks. No. Stop that nonsense. Make the Democrats get up there and filibuster. If they want to filibuster the SAVE Act, make them physically do it. Make them get out there. And if it, as I said yesterday, if it slows down the country for a few weeks, or it slows down the Senate for a few months, really? Are you and I going to lose any sleep? I don't know that we would. Seriously. And if there's pressing stuff to get done, then I think people will come around to where they'll want to start working again. Even the Democrats, you got to imagine that the Democrats would want to start working again at some point. So this issue of the filibuster, I'm encouraging you to reach out to Senator Thune while he's back, especially while he's back in South Dakota. This is just a big issue. And for those of you who are on X, I suggest look up Senator Mike Lee. He is all over this issue, as I've talked about the last few days, but it's a big one. So anyway, let's get back to Mr. Cobb's comments. He said, the level of election interfering isn't just in terms of the SAVE Act, which is, of course, just another fascist brick in the prison that's being built around us. Who the hell is this? It's this guy. He says, it's what's going on with the Fulton County case where the feds went in and, notwithstanding legal proceedings in state involving the same ballots, disrupted all that, submitted an affidavit, which I don't know a single legal person who has reviewed the affidavit who believes that there's actual probable cause. But this whole thing, MSW, they just live on this stuff. I mean, and they will find anybody. You got a pulse? You do? Okay, you don't like Trump? Do you have a pulse? We'll put you on. If you don't like Trump, you like the SAVE Act. Oh, better yet, you're gonna badmouth the SAVE Act. Yeah, come on. Just absolutely crazy. I'm going to leave it there today, my friend. Get my throat's a little bit sore, and this cold is, believe it or not, I actually am feeling better, much better than I was a couple of days ago, but still not quite there yet. So a little bit more rest today. Take it easy. But thank you so much. I'm going to leave it there. You have made it to the end of the video, which means you're part of my gallery of champions. Special salute for the Bunker Brigade. Those are the folks that are on YouTube each and every day, part of the fourth hour, and I appreciate all of you. So until tomorrow, my friend, I'm underground and gone.